Hello everyone, welcome to Aptera Owners Club. Today I want to talk about the camping kit, but before I get started, someone in a previous video asked me to show them the map, the ambassadors map worldwide. So here it is. It looks like, we got people in America, Canada, Spain, Portugal, England, Sweden, Germany, yeah, Greece, and Australia, Japan, several other countries. Um, okay, so that's the map of the ambassadors across the world. So the reason I was wanting to do this kit is I saw this, but before I'll show you this video, I want to show you, like, this is the first time I saw the camping kit and it looked great, like everything's really tight and taut, but then now looking at other pictures, I realized this is a rendering and this is just a rendering and not the actual tent because this looked really, a good tent is really tight and so it sheds water and it doesn't get beaten around by the wind very much. And so you need a tent to be really taut for it to do that well. And then next I saw this picture, which is a actual picture, not a rendering. And it's just not as tight, but still looked pretty good. Um, and I had a couple of questions about it, but now that I see this video, um, and we'll watch it together. So you see, it's very simple to put on. It's just it's a very small tent, and you just swing it over the corners here, and then there's like a strap that makes it go around the belly of the vehicle. Okay, so the strap wasn't working in this video, so you kind of don't get the full thing. So you can tell like this edge is supposed to go across here. But there's a couple of things about this camping kit that I can tell is already going to be problematic. So this looks more like a shade structure and kind of like a picnic area than an actual tent that you'd want to go camping in. Because one, I don't see any flaps to like make these windows waterproof. So there's no extra door to make these waterproof. And the other bigger problem is this upper part is completely mesh. What that means is water will go right through that mesh and it'll shed because of this hatch, but the water will probably intrude on the inner surface of this tent because it'll leak through the inner surface because it'll go through the mesh. Now I understand they wanted this to make this mesh because, it'd be cool for stargazing if you could, look through the hatch, or if you had solar panels on the hatch, it would still let you charge. But this design, I think, is completely impractical for actual camping, at least in any place that's going to be windy or rainy, and eventually you're going to run into that. I want to compare that to this thing that a lot of people that uh, live in their cars and Priuses or camp in their Priuses use. This is called Habitant. And you can see here, it's very tight. It's all the waterproof tent material and has a door and seals to keep out the rain. And then all the water sheds down onto the car through here, and then the car will route the water away. Compared to this, where if the water rains on top of the hatch, it'll go right through this mesh and then go into the inner surface of this tent. And then I don't see any doors to make these coverings to make these windows and doors waterproof. And you need this thing to be much more tight for it to shed water and to resist wind. I like the see here in this rendering, it looks like they had a little thing that latches around the door to hold it tight, and I think that needs to happen. Something needs to latch here to hold this tight against this, and then they need to change this design from this mesh to a waterproof material. If they're worried about the solar panels, maybe they can make it a thin white material so that a lot of the solar energy can go through and you would get some charging. But it looks like it's easy enough that you could just take it off when you're not in there sleeping. And most people will only be using the tent while they're sleeping, and they could just take it off and let it charge during the day and just put it back up. And just the whole thing just needs to be much tighter on the thing. I mean, the setup of the Aptera is perfect because it's got this long hatch for camping, and I'm assuming that the dimensions allow someone to sleep lengthwise in the back without hitting the front seats. So, great idea. I think they need to tweak this a little bit. Probably not the most important thing on their menu, but $600 for this is not a great value when you can get this thing for $99. So I think that the Aptera is perfectly set up for one of these tent type things. I don't know if Aptera themselves should be focusing on this unless they're going to do a really good job and offer it for a good value. Maybe just let some aftermarket person like these people offer it for cheaper. I mean, I think we could probably, if we have enough interest, we could get these people to make one similar to this for the Aptera. Um, but yeah, they definitely need to change this mesh design and put some flaps in here. So great idea, not the greatest execution, and I hope they either um, change this design and make it a lot cheaper, or we can just or just kind of abandon it and just focus on the car and let aftermarket people make a tent for it because it is perfectly set up for a tent, and I can't wait to go camping in my Aptera. All right, if you have any thoughts or you agree, disagree, put your comments below. And if you decide you're gonna get Aptera, please use the referral link below, and you can get $30 off your reservation. Thank you.